Good morning, my dear students. Today we have discussed about agricultural practices, which is a subtopic from the chapter crop production and management. And in our previous class, we were discussed about what is agriculture, what are different types of crops and their patterns, and also crop producers, which are the two types of crops that are cultivated in India. These are the things that we have covered in the previous class, and also we were started to study about what are agricultural practices. So what are agricultural practices? Is the activities that have a particular sequence undertaken by the farmers for the cultivation of a good crop over a period of time. That is agricultural practice. And in that agricultural practice itself, there are sequence of events, isn't it? So that sequence of events include preparation of soil, then selection and sowing, then manuring, irrigation, crop protection, harvesting, and the final one is storage. So today we have discussed about preparation of soil. What is meant by preparation of soil? That is the first step for growing a crop, and in that the loosening and the turning of soil is done. Okay, the loosening and turning of soil is done during the preparation of soil. And that preparation of soil itself, there are two steps there. First one is plowing and the second one is leveling. Before studying about plowing and leveling, we should know that certain key tools or important tools for carrying out the preparation of soil. That kind of tools are collectively called as agricultural implements. Agricultural implements are the tools that helps to carry out the agricultural practices are called as agricultural implements. Okay, there are three examples given here in your textbook. Plow, hoe and a cultivator can be used for the preparation of soil. Now let me discuss each of these in detail. A plow can be used for tilling, scraping of soil and manuring and weeding. These are the purpose of using a plow. A plow can be used for what purpose? Tilling, scraping of soil, weeding and manuring. A plow contains two parts, a plowshare and a plow shaft are there in a plow. A plowshare is a triangular iron piece and a plow shaft is the main part, which is a long tube, a long hand made up of wood. That is the structure of a plow, and that is given. The figure is given in your textbook. Just have a look into that figure. And what is meant by hoe? Hoe is used for removing weeds. What is meant by weeds? Weeds are the unwanted plants. The unwanted plants that are present in the crop field while cultivating a crop. So before sowing the seeds, we must remove that unwanted plants from that crop field. Okay, that is weed. So in order to remove the weeds, a hoe can be used. Both plow and hoe can be fixed on the neck of a bull. And next is a cultivator. A cultivator is a tractor-driven plow that is used for plowing, or it is used for loosening the soil nowadays, because it saves the time and the labor. That's why the tractor is used widely. Okay, that's about the agricultural implements that can be used for plowing the soil and also for loosening, turning the soil. First step during the preparation of soil is plowing. What is meant by plowing? As I told you earlier that plowing is the loosening and turning the soil. It is also called as tilling. Plowing can be done with the help of a plow or a tractor. And there are certain reasons why plowing is important step for agricultural practice. There are 7 reasons why plowing is done before cultivation. So I will tell one by one. First reason is loose soil particles have more air space that help the roots of crop plants to breathe better. We know that breathing is important for all the organism. So for proper breathing of roots, they require sufficient air space, and that is to be provided by loosening of soil. The second reason is loose soil particles hold more water for a long period of time, and that helps to absorb sufficient quantity of water by the roots. Loose soil will have the capacity to hold more water. And the third reason is loose soil helps the roots to penetrate deep through the soil. This helps to fix the plant firmly. We know that plants must be fixed firmly in the soil, so that the roots of the plant must be deeply penetrate into the soil. The thick and hard soil cannot have the ability when the plant is grown in the soil to deeply penetrate into the soil. So when the when the soil is loosened, the roots can easily penetrate and fix firmly in the soil. Okay, and the fourth reason is loose soil mixes with manure and fertilizer more easily. The fifth one is that it helps to remove weeds from the field. The weeds are to be removed from the loosened soil very easily. And the sixth step is loose soil promotes the growth of useful soil microbes, and this microbes adds humus to the soil. We know that some of the microbes will enhance the growth of plants, and that microbes are to be grown in the soil with the help of loosening of soil. Okay, and the next one is while turning the soil during plowing, nutrient soil is brought up from the lower levels of the soil, so the plants use that nutrients. When we know that the top layers, this is the example, the top layers may not contain sufficient quantity of nutrients, but the bottom layers may have the nutrients. So in order to bring this bottom layer of nutrients into the top, the plowing is to be done. These are the reasons why plowing is done. And we know that why the earthworms are called farmers' friends. Because when the earthworms are moving through the soil, it will provide sufficient air space for the penetration of roots. That's why it is called as farmer's friend. Okay, and the next step during the preparation of soil is leveling. After plowing, the soil may contain bigger soil particles, and that must be removed. So the soil must be leveled by using an iron leveler or by wooden plank. So leveling is an important step during the sowing, before the sowing of seeds. And there are certain reasons why leveling is done. First reason is the plowed field may have big pieces of soil called crumbs, and that must be crushed before sowing the seeds. So that is the first reason. Before sowing, the bigger particles of soil must be crushed. Okay, and the second reason is leveling prevents soil erosion, and the leveled soil is not blown away by wind or drained by water. And the third reason is leveling also helps in the uniform distribution of manures and fertilizers. And before sowing, sometimes the manures and fertilizers are mixed in the soil because it must be well or evenly distributed in the soil before sowing the seeds. Okay, so these are the things that we have covered today. We have discussed about preparation of soil, which is the first step of agricultural practice, and what are the agricultural implements used for that purpose. There are three agricultural implements: plow, hoe and the cultivator, and also about plowing and leveling. Okay, these are the things that we have discussed today, and the rest we will take in our next class. Thank you.